Now we are coming to the last part of your network model or network project scheduling, right? First, we identify the critical path. Now, we are having a question. Can we schedule the non-critical activities within their respective spans, right? Now, we identify some activities, we can make some flexibility, right? Here, we try to find out if you can make any alternatives with this flexible activities or non-critical activities. Can we expedite our project, right? What we discussed last video clip, in here we also identify that now what we are what we are taking some project, sometimes the handling, sometimes the owner of the project ask us to complete the project within this time period again, right? It might be some having some circumstances they need to complete the project within 1 week earlier, right? In this case, as a project manager, the company has to consider about what would be the additional cost if we are going to expedite some activities in our project, right? We know that when we are trying to get reduction of the project completion time, we have to make additional cost, right? Might be hiring more laborers, might be hiring machines, might be paying number of labor hours going to be increased, right? There are several techniques we can use, but in here we need to be very careful. We have to find out which activities we can be expedite, specifically these non-critical activities, and find out in which way, in which cost-effective way we can expedite the project, right? Normally we know that, okay, when the time period going to be reduced, that means the completion time period going to be earlier, when we are trying to complete the project earlier, we know that the cost going to be increased, right? That is a two scenario. We know that when we are having the little bit less time, so you have to expedite the process, then cost going to be increased. Now our question is how to how to reduce the completion time within most cost effective way, right? Definitely we have to incur more cost, but we have to find out what is the most effective way of completion the project within short time period. Okay, so that's the thing we need to discuss from here. Here we are taking the concept called time cost trade-off for individual activities. That is what we call PERT. And that is what we call PERT. Now CPM we already completed. Now this is your PERT. Actually PERT, here we are taking time cost trade-off method to find out how to fulfill the project within less time period than our critical path, right? Critical path is the longest path. Now you know it, right? Now here our case it is 25 weeks. Now if the owner of the project has to complete the project within 20 weeks, right? Then we need to find out what are the activities we can expedite with most cost effective way. That's why it's called time cost trade-off, right? We know time has to be reduced, as well as we also know cost going to be increased. Now in order to manage these two situations, time has to be reduced with minimum cost, right? So this thing we call trade-off, right? So we call it as a balance, you know, it's a balance. Now if you take it as a balance, right, once we are going to reduce this thing, you know, it's going to be up, right? So we need to find out how to reduce and how to increase this thing in a parallel way, right? So that's what we call PERT method, right? Time cost trade-off, right? In here, we need to concern with the determining how much to crash each of the activities. Now here we need to find out what is the activities we can reduce the time, right? Now for an example, in here we call activity A, it originally takes 6 weeks, right? And we need to find out, we need to make the calculation again, how much of the time period we can reduce it. Now for an example, it can be reduced into 4 weeks. Originally it takes 6 weeks, but with the increasing of the more labor or more machine or whatever, we can complete task activity A within 4 weeks. Then we know that it's consuming some cost, right? So therefore we have to calculate crash time as well as a crash cost of each activity. Right? The crash time mean what would be the reduction of this activity, right? How many weeks we can reduce from each activity and where we can expedite the activity, right? Once we are going to expedite the activity, like from earlier it is consuming 6 weeks, now we can complete it 4 weeks. Then what would be the additional cost? So that additional cost we identified as a crash cost, right? That is our crash cost. Okay, so crash activity mean what are the time period we can reduce from this activity A, right? Whether it can be completed within 4 weeks or whether it can be completed within 5 weeks, right? If it is going to complete it within 4 weeks, the crash time period is 2 weeks. If it is only getting 5 weeks, then crash time period is 1 week. So how we consider crash time? So our original time and our expedite time. So difference between original and expedite time, you can find out the crash time period, right? Okay, so move into the next example, then you will get the idea about what is this crash time and crash cost. Okay, now this is another example, right? I'm taking from this for your consideration, right? Here you can see as usual, okay? So you are having activities, right? Now here, now you have to do different things. Out earlier we have only time and its predecessors, right? Now here we are having time with 2. That means this is your normal time period, right? If you are going to complete the project regular time period, that is your time to complete each task. But if you are going to expedite the project, like for a 25 to 20 weeks, right? Like 25 to 20 weeks. Now this is the way we can reduce our activities completion times, right? Now for an example, if we do the activity A with the normal time period, it takes 2 weeks. But if you try to make the expedite, you can complete it in 1 week, right? That means your crash time is 1 week, right? You can see in here, the maximum reduction in time, it is 1 week. For activity B, what you can see, originally it takes 4 weeks, but with the more labors or more machine, we can expedite it with the 2 weeks. That means you can reduce it by 2 weeks. Maximally, you can reduce it by 2 weeks. Another example, activity C, originally it takes 10 weeks, but you can expedite and complete within 7 weeks. That means you can reduce maximally 3 weeks from this activity, right? So here in this column, you can see the activity with your normal activity time and crash time, right? Here we are having another additional information called cost, right? The cost in here mean, for the normal cost mean, if you are following this normal activity time period, how much of the each activity is cost. That means for normal cost for activity A, by consuming 2 weeks, it consuming $180,000, $1,000, right? So if you are going to complete activity B within 4 weeks time period, you are consuming $320,000. Right? So activity C, it takes 10 weeks to complete, and completion cost of the activity C is $620,000. Likewise, you can see the normal cost. If you are calculating the total, you will get the total cost of the project completion time. That means completion of activity A to activity N. Right? Here we are having another one we call crash cost. How I told you in the previous slide also, once we are trying to reduce the time period of each activity, we have to incur additional cost. Right? Now here, look at this. Once we complete activity A within 2 weeks, it takes $180,000. But if you are trying to complete activity A within 1 week, that means crashing the activity by 1 week, you have to complete the activity A by consuming or by spending $280,000. Now what you can see from here, once you are going to expedite activity A from 2 weeks to 1 week, you have to incur additionally 100,000 per week, isn't it? Earlier for 2 weeks, it is 180. But when you are completing to 1 weeks instead of 2, now you have to consume 280. Right? For 1 week, that means 1 week reduction is there. No? For 1 week, you have to incur more additional $100,000. Look at this activity B. If you are going to complete activity B within 4 weeks, you are consuming $320,000. But if you are trying to expedite the activity B by consuming only 2 weeks, that means reduction of the 2 weeks, the total cost of activity B completion is now $420,000. Then what is the additional cost in here? 320 to 420. Again, it is 100,000. Right? That 100,000 is to more additional cost of 100,000 is to reducing 4 weeks to 2 weeks. That means per week, how much of the additional cost? This 100,000 is for 2 weeks, right? Because you are reducing maximum 2 weeks, right? Once we are reducing maximum 2 weeks from 4 weeks to 2, you have to incur additionally 100,000. That means per week you are incurring $50,000 per week, right? We are making about the crash cost per week, right? That is the crash cost per week. Okay, so another example here, activity C. So normal time period of activity C is 10 weeks. It consuming 620,000. Okay, it consuming 620,000. Right? But when you are reducing it by 3 weeks and try to complete within 7 weeks, now it consuming 860,000. Okay, so what is the difference? What is the difference? From 86 to 620, it is 240. Isn't it? It is 240. $240,000 for how much of week reduction? This is because of the 3 weeks expediting of the activity C. Then for 1 week, you have to spend additionally $80,000 to reduce 1 week from activity C. Right? So I believe now you can identify this table properly. So this table contains normal time period of each activity as well as crash time period of each activity. And also it gives you normal cost of each activity and crash cost of each activity. Right? Here by using this normal time and crash cost, we can calculate the maximum number of weeks we can reduce from each activity. Now for an example, activity A, we can reduce 1 week. Activity B, we can reduce 2 weeks. Now here also activity L, we can reduce 2 weeks. Right? Then by looking at the cost information, we can calculate how much of additional cost we have to spend once we are reducing activities by 1 week by calculating crash cost per week. Now you are getting total crash cost, total normal cost by taking the difference between crash cost and normal cost and divide that difference from the maximum reduction of week, we will get the crash cost of each week of cost reduction. Right? Now you might be wonder why we need these activities. Right? Here, if you're looking at these things, what you can see, for activity A, additional cost is 100,000, right? For the crashing of the 1 week, right? Activity B, additional cost is 50,000 by crashing with the 1 week, right? So likewise, activity C, it is 80,000. Activity D, it is 40,000. And you can see activity E, right? It consuming 160,000. Right? Now for an example, if you want to crash activity E by only 1 week, you have to incur more additionally $160,000 for your project. Do you believe that it is worthiness? No, it is some kind of critical decision you have to take. Right? Well, if you want to expedite the project completion and you decided to expedite the activity E, originally it take 4 weeks, but you try to fulfilling it with 3 weeks. That means you can reduce it by only 1 week. But once you are trying to reduce the completion of activity E from 4 weeks to 3 weeks, you have to incur additionally $160,000. You can see that is the largest amount of additional cost of this project, right? All other things are lesser. And you can see from here also, 30,000 also there. That is the lowest amount. What are those activities? Activity I and activity J, right? Even if you try to reduce activity I from 1 week, you only consuming $30,000 as an additional cost per week. If you try to reduce activity J from 1 week, you only consume $30,000 per week reduction, right? You can see when comparing the other activities crashing cost per week, this activity I and activity J crashing cost per week are much lower. Then what would be, as a project management, your decision? Are you going to crash in the activity E, or are you going to crash in the activity I or J? That's why we need to calculate this crash cost per week, right? So definitely you are not going to crash the activity E. Why? If you are going to reduce it, you have to incur more cost. But if you try to reduce these two activities, your incurring cost is comparatively low with activity E, right? So that's the meaning of PERT. Now our calculation is not over yet, because this is a project given information to you, right? It says, now these are activities, these are your normal activities. Yes, you can reduce that activities by something weak like this, and this is your incurring cost. And based on this cost, you are calculating additional cost of reduction of 1 week, right? Okay, so moving on, here is the your graph. Here is your chart. Here is your network model. Okay, sorry. Okay, so based on this cost given information, these are your activities, these are your processes. Then we are drawing your network. Right now you can see there are activities and they are time consuming of activities. You can see, right? Starting from here, you are going with activity A, B, C, and then something like that. Then you complete your project in here. Right, so this is somewhat different with your previous example drawing, but don't worry about it. Here nodes, it's take completely activities, right? From each node very closely you can see its time duration. Now, but in the previous one we can see, right? We can see from middle of this we make the activity A and says its time period 2 or something. Right, and here the nodes identified as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in our previous example I am referring. Okay, but here don't worry, we are taking the same thing, but only thing the drawing is different. For the nodes now it completion with the activities. I don't worry about that. Same manner you can do, right? From each nodes we have to put very closely its completion time. Right, same thing, even you can use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, 10. For each path you can identify activity A, B, C, something like that, right? Whatever the method, same answer you are getting. Okay, now this is your network, right? So once you are identifying the network, what is your next task? What is your next task? You have to find out what are the critical activities and what is the critical path. Now these are the two questions. First of all, we need to find out. Right? Why? Because some critical activities are fixed activities and critical path are our longest path. Right? Then first of all, identify what is the longest path or what is the maximum weeks we are consuming to complete this project. Okay? Right. Now moving on. Now this is the drawing. You can practice it by drawing your way. Right? Right. Now this is the way of calculating critical path. Now I'm not calculating that backward path and forward path, right? I'm using the simple method. Okay, I'm using the simple method. Even for your understanding purpose, you can calculate forward path and backward path and find out what are the critical path and critical activities. What is the critical path and what are the critical activities? Here I'm starting with the different path methods, right? Even you can see from here A to B, C, one path is A, B, C, D, G, H, M, and finish. Another path is A, B, C, and E, F, I, K, N, and finish. Another path is A, B, C, I, J, L, N, finish. Another path is A, B, C, E, F, J, N, L, N, finish. Right? So how many paths you can see? Right? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 paths in your previous drawing. Right? So from each path, you need to calculate the completion weeks. Right? From path A, first path, it consuming 40 weeks. For second path, it consuming 31 weeks. Third path, it consuming 43 weeks. Right? And for the fourth path, it's consuming 44 weeks. And for the fifth path, it consuming 41 weeks. And for the last path, we calculated it consuming 42 weeks. So you can do the same thing for your calculation based on the previous network model. Right? Or else you can calculate that shortest and backward path and forward path and find out the longest path. Right? Whatever method you can use, this is the simplest method. This is a very simple method. Right? So based on that, you can identify 44 is the longest path. That means it's the maximum time duration we have to complete the project because it is more than other weeks. Right? Then what would be your critical path? What would be your critical path? So this is your critical path. Right? So how it get? You have to start then A to B, C, E, F, J, N, L, N, and then finish. And it consuming 44 weeks, right? It estimate time period is 44 weeks. Okay, so then your critical activities are A, B, C, E, F, J, L, and N. Right? So here we are moving on with your previous one, your graph. Right? Now we have several activities. Then you identify its critical activities. Right? And based on the given information, you know what are the activities you can make with this crashing. Okay, right. Let's continue our discussion with the previous slide. Here, what we can see. Okay, now what we can see. Now we are having situation. Now, once we are calculating our critical path, we know that it consuming 44 weeks. Right? It consuming 44 weeks. But now the manager wants to fulfill this project within 40 weeks of period. Right? Earlier it is 44 weeks, but now it getting 40 weeks. Now, for earlier we calculate our longest path as a 44 weeks, but now we need to complete within 40 weeks. Now, what is our question? Now we are getting issue. What are the issue? First, we need to find out which activities we can be used to expedite with minimum cost. Right? With minimum cost. Right? Now here you have an additional cost. The company will pay only $5.4 million to complete this project. Now this is the project completion revenue. Now this is your project completion revenue. Now we know that once we have complete the project, we will receive $5.4 million. Right? And once we are calculating our normal cost of the given table, we ended up with $4.55 million. That is our normal cost. That means once we complete the project within normal path period, that means 44 time period. Right? But if you are making some crashing, right? But we don't know yet what are the crashing activities. But if you are trying to make the crashing of our project, then our total cost is $6.15 million. Right? Now we are having two issues. Now we need to complete the project within 40 weeks. Right? Once we are going to complete the project within 40 weeks, and if you try to crash our activities like what we are scheduling in our previous table, it ended up with $6.15 million. Okay, it's ended up with $6.15 million. But what is the amount we received? $5.4 million only. Right? So is this project profitable if you are going to crash the activities from 44 weeks to 40? No, you are ended up with the loss of the project. Okay, so now what is our question? Now manager need to find out what is the least expensive way of crashing some activities to reduce the project duration to the specific level of 40 weeks. Right? Now we can reduce the project from 44 to 40. Right? We can reduce it 44 to 40. But we know that it consumes some cost. Right? For our total crashing cost budget is 6.15, but we cannot go with that normal cost way. Sorry, my crashing cost way, because we are only receiving 5.4 million. Okay, so then we are ended up with the loss. Then the manager need to find out what is the least expensive way of crashing some activities to reduce the project duration to specific level of 40 weeks. Right? So this is why we need to analyze marginal cost analysis in our table. Right? We calculate crashing cost per week. Now you remember, for the activity J, it is 30,000. Right? So I explain all the things in the table itself. Okay. So in order to determine the least expensive way to reduce the project duration in 1 week at a time, then what we can do is we try to reduce this 45 project completion time up to 40. We reduce 1 week by 1 week from our activities, what we identified as a critical activities. Am I clear? Now, what is our question? We are having our project completion within 44 weeks. But now, owner requests to complete the project within 40 weeks. But even whatever we complete, we will receive only 5.4 million as our project revenue. Right? Therefore, we need to control our cost to get profit from all together with this $5.4 million project worth. Right? Then we identify with our marginal cost analysis, right? With our crash cost per week analysis, project activity J can be reduced by 1 week with the minimum cost of $30,000. Compare with the other activities cost reduction, this is the lowest crashing cost value. Right? Therefore, the smallest cost is 30,000 for activity J, as well as activity J is in our critical path, if my memory is correct. Right? Now here, this is our critical path, right? J is also within the critical path. Right? So then our task is getting a little bit easy. Right? First I explain that manner, then I come back to with the non-critical path. Right? Then what we can do is here, okay, now we can do is this change result in reducing the length of each path that includes the activity J. Right? Now we try to first of all reduce 1 week from activity J. Right? So we reduce 1 week from activity J. Now here you can see, right? Activity J, crashing cost is 30,000. Now these are your completion time of each path, right? Now this is your longest path, right? If you are trying to complete activity J by 1 week, here we don't reduce our time because activity J is not in this path. Here, activity J is not in this path. But in here, we have activity J. Therefore, earlier it take 43 weeks. Now it ended up with 42 weeks. And this is our critical path. Okay, this is our critical path. Then it's go with, there's my pen. Right? So this is our critical path. When we are reducing activity J by 1 week, so you can complete within 43 weeks. Likewise, from each path you identify, you can reduce activity J by 1. You can reduce that one only if J is included as your path in your activity list. Right? Here you can reduce because J is there. Here you can reduce because J is there. Right? Then here and here you cannot reduce the activity 1 because J is not there. Here you can reduce, here you can reduce. Then we know that activity J can be reduced by 2 weeks based on our table. Right? That is a maximum crashing time period for it. Earlier it takes 4 weeks, but we can reduce it to 2. Then we are having another weeks to reduce, right? Then we are reducing another 1 week. Here it is not changing. Here it is not changing. Here it is again not changing. But here 42 to 1, 42 minus 1, you reduce it as a 41. Then 43 to 1, you are getting 42. Here 41 to 1, sorry, 40 minus 1, it is 39. Here 41 minus 1, it is 40. Right? Now, you can see that now here some activity paths ended up with our desired path. Right? Ended up with our desired path. But can we stop it for the crashing? No. Why? Still, the maximum time period of completion of the project is 42. That is maximum time period. Now, still we need to reduce some activities. Then activity J cannot be reduced anymore because we know that it only crashed with 2 weeks. Now we have already ended up with that crashing. Right? So now we have additionally $60,000. Now we have already additionally $60,000. Okay? Right. Then what we can do? Now we can identify that among the other activities on this path, activity F is now the least expensive way to shorten the period. Right? Then find out which of the critical activities can give you least additional cost. Then we identify that activity F only consuming $40,000 additional cost. $40,000 additional cost. Okay, so then we decided to crash activity F by 1 week to 1 week. Right? Some student might have a question, can't we reduce this 2 weeks together? Yes, we can, right? But sometimes when you are reducing 2 weeks together, right, additional non-critical path going to be having critical path. Right? Then again, we have to calculate with that marginal cost, lowest marginal cost with those non-critical activities. Right? කෙනෙකුට ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියෙන්න පුළුවන් මේ ඇක්ටිවිටීස් එක එක අඩු කරන්නේ නැතුව එකපාරම අඩු කරලා දාන්න බැරිද කියලා. පුළුවන් කරන්න. right? මම මේ උදාහරණ විදිහට එකින් එක අඩු කරලා පෙන්නුවේ. දැන් මෙහෙම ඕගොල්ලෝ අඩු කරගෙන යනකොට දැන් මේකනේ අපේ ක්‍රිටිකල් පාත් එක. මේකට අපි අයිඩෙන්ටිෆයි කරගත්තේ ලෝංගස් පාත් එක විදිහට. ඒතර ඕගොල්ලෝ අර ඇක්ටිවිටීස් අඩු කරගෙන යනකොට සමහර non critical path longest path එක වෙන්න පුළුවන්. Then the non critical path become your critical path. Again, then you have to find out what are the least cost activities you can crash. Right? So that's why we are reducing one by one to make it the life simple. Right? Then activity F, you are reducing 1 week. So you are expending additionally 40,000. Right? F is not there. F is not there. Here F is there. Therefore 41 minus 1. You are ended up with 40 weeks. Right? So here F is there. 42 minus 1. You are ended up with 41. Here F is not there. You don't need to worry. Here F is not there. You don't need to worry. Then again we can reduce another 1 week from F, incurring additional 40,000 cost again. So altogether you are spending 60,000 here and 40,000 mean 100,000, then 140,000 additional cost of reducing 2 weeks from activity J and 2 weeks from F. Now once you are reducing, it is same, this is same. Now here it getting 39, right? 40 minus 1, now it is getting 39. Here 41 minus 1, now it is getting 40. No change, no change. Now what you can see. Okay, I clear this whole thing. Now look at this last one. Only this last. Right? After crashing activity F by 2 weeks, now our project is ended up with this time period. What is the time period? Now, if you are going along with this path, you can complete the project for 40 weeks. If you are going along with another path, it's ended up with 31. This path, it's take 39. From our initially identified as a critical path, now finish with 40 weeks, right? So those are all 40 and 39. Which is the longest path? Now you are having 3 longest path, right? Is this longest path equal to our desired time period? What is our desired time period? That is 40 weeks. Is it equal? Yes, it is equal. Do we need to crash the activity more? No. Why? Because the owner asked to complete the project within 40 weeks. Now we can complete the project within 40 weeks, incurring additional cost of $140,000. Right? So what is our initial cost? What is our initial cost? Initial cost is, if you are going with the normal cost, it is $4.55 million. Isn't it? It's $4.5 million. 4.55 million. Now our crashing cost, total crash cost, it is $140,000. That means here it is 0.14 something. Right? Then your total cost is, sorry, here the total cost is how much? 4.69 million. Right? Is it less than our total project revenue? Yes, it is less than our total project revenue. Now, is it worth to crash the activity F and J? It is worth to crash activity J and F. Right? So how you identify this crash activity J and F? Right? I remind you again, this is the given information. Right? So based on the given information, you calculate the crashing cost and crashing time, as well as you are calculating marginal cost of crash activity. That means per additional week, per crash week, what is our cost per week? Right? Then based on that, we identify that activity I, activity J are the lowest crashing cost per week consuming expenses. Okay, so then we draw the network and identify there are 6 possible way of completion the project. Right? So these are 6 possible ways. After identify those 6 possible ways, we calculating completion time period of the project. Then we ended up with the longest path as 44 weeks. Therefore, we identify our critical path as from A, B, C, E, F, G, L, N. Right? Here we know that I and J have the lowest crash cost per week. Right? Then, based on our calculation, our requirement, now project need to be completed within 40 weeks. Now, originally it takes 44 weeks, but we need to complete within 40 weeks. Right? Then, we need to find out which activity is going to be crashed with the minimum additional cost. Now, based on our table calculation, we identify that activity J and activity I are the lowest crashing cost per week. Right? Here in our critical path, J is included. Here in our critical path, J is included but not in I. Right? Therefore, we forget about the activity I. We starting with the activity J. Right? Then we reduce our activity J by 1 week by incurring additional $30,000. Right? Then we again reduce by J and are consuming another 30,000 because we can reduce activity J by maximally 2 weeks. Right? Even we are reducing activity J by 2 weeks, we ended up with the longest path as a 42 weeks. Right? Now you remember our calculation in here. Right? After we ended up with this 2 weeks of J consuming $60,000, our longest path still be 42 weeks. Right? Then we need to find out which is the next lowest activity which can reduce with the what is the activity which can reduce with minimum crashing cost. Then we identify that activity E and activity F, sorry, F and J. Yes, F and J has lowest cost after this 30,000, that is 40,000. Right? F and J. Okay, so F is including in our critical path, you can see in here, right? That's why we are reducing activity F by 1 week, right? Once we are reducing it, the longest path getting 41 weeks, then we again reducing it and consuming another 40,000, then longest path of the all possible path we identified as 40 weeks. So 40 weeks is our required weeks, right? Then we stop the crashing of the project. Right? Then the total cost of the crashing of the project is $140,000. So then we calculate the total cost by adding $140,000 to this $4.55 million. Okay, so then we can end the project within 40 weeks time period without incurring losses. Okay, so that's the way we are calculating network modeling. Okay, so you identify that. First we calculate the critical path, then we try to find out what are the activities we can be crashed with minimum cost. When we find out which activity is going to be crashed, the first clue is identify the activities which are including in your critical path. That means your critical path, critical activities. Right? Then find out among those critical activities which give the least crash cost per week. Then try to reduce that activity by one week to 1 week. Then you can find out the longest path as a 40. That 40 is your desired time period. So then you ended up with the crashing work. Okay, so that's the way we calculate in network. Okay, we call this calculation as a marginal analysis. This is marginal analysis. Okay, right. For the homework, this is your exercise. Consider the following project with the list of activities and relevant cost. Now you are given the activities, predecessors, and the normal cost, normal time, and cost for the normal, right? And then the crash time and crash cost per each activity. Okay, then calculate it, then find out. First draw the network, then right here you are required to construct the project network diagram, compute the forward pass and backward pass. Okay, or else you can go with that critical path activities with all the possible path and calculate with the time duration. Then determine the critical path and project duration. Now here manager want to investigate the possibility of crashing just a few activities to reduce the anticipated duration of the project by 4 weeks. Now for an example, if your completion time getting as 44 weeks, now it need to be complete with 40 weeks, right? Now they need to reduce it by 4 weeks, right? By 4 weeks, that means completion time, normal completion time is 50 weeks. Now you need to complete with 46 weeks. Then determine the least expensive way to reduce the project duration by 4 weeks. So do this homework and okay, so you can complete that homework. I'm sorry that sharing goes out. Okay, so complete this homework and you have to submit your answer into the LMS. So I will let you know the deadline of the submission in advance. Okay, so do it by yourself. Don't copy it from the others. Right? Try to do it by yourself. Okay then. So good luck with your studies.